Mahalo for supporting Kauai's community radio. You are back with Kauai Live. Joining us live in studio this evening, a much anticipated show, the return of Jul3ia Richard. Welcome back.
Thank you, Stephen. Great to be back on the show.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You have a brand new album.
I do, yes. It's called Trinity's Ascension. It just came out about a month ago.
And a concept album, is that right?
It is. It's been like 9 years in the making. It's this huge thing I've been cooking up forever. It focuses around a character who is a human raised as a robot. It's kind of, it's like sort of a fun sci-fi themed thing, but it's really cool. It's got a lot of life lessons crammed into it. Mm-hmm. The story is not necessarily... it's not necessarily needed. The album pretty much stands alone by itself, but the whole thing is based in a short story, so it's kind of a fun thing. Like, if anybody wants to bite off more, there's just more to be had there.
For those who don't know, a concept album is what?
It's an album that's based in a story.
Okay.
So just the whole thing gets tied together by one over story, sort of. It's a huge album. There's 16 tracks on it. It's massive. It was a pretty big undertaking.
Kind of like what Neil Young did with Greendale.
Yeah, or like Tommy by The Who. You know, there's some classics, you know, or like my personal favorite was The Point by Harry Nilsson.
I haven't listened to that.
Oh, it's classic. They made an animated cartoon back in the 70s, and Ringo Starr narrated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was my favorite growing up, you know.
Why don't you play something for us, and then we'll come back and talk a little more.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to start off with a song called Ceris and the Big Question, which is actually a song from my second album, but it is actually about the character that this album is about. This is actually the third album in what is sort of a trilogy, but this is the first one that really kind of makes sense to people. So this is the character that the album is about. So I'll play his theme here. Again, Ceris and the Big Question. 'Twas many moons ago I came here, Renungo's rocky shore, and in light of darkness I never wanted more. I watched the world from the twilight to the midnight. They always come to me, for I hold the answers to their every inquiry. I wish I had a question for the rest of you. I wish I had a mind to find my meaning to live with innocence, to live in ignorance. I'd sacrifice my everything to be anything like you. I hold the world, I have the answers. I lack impurity, and these little questions have never bothered me. I hold the world in my pocket, on my shoulders. I reserve myself to give. I live the life I have brought myself to live. But what I wouldn't give to live the human dream. I'm so desensitized from life in this machine. We've all been hypnotized and overanalyzed. I've scandalized my destiny, but the rest of me is free. This little microchip, my mark of industry. Oh, industry, you've taken over me. Some see that for a stranger I am strange beyond the stretch of non-reality. But I am gravity, and I am pulling from the outer rim of time. I'm fine, but can't you see this will be the end of the collective we? Whoa. Clarice knows not what he sees. Respectfully, we decline any notions of obligation, for I am the reincarnation of all that is mine, and I am pulling from the outer rim of time. Whoa. Clarice would like to know why. I can tell you anything you need. I have the answers. It's the questions that I seek.
The very creative Jul3ia Richard performing for you live, and just a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Always love hearing you sing.
Thank you very much.
Can you do me a favor and move your vocal mic a little closer?
I can.
That'd be great.
Is this better?
That's a lot better.
Okay, great.
So, you don't perform live much. You describe yourself as more of a
Almost
studio
never.
artist,
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm a studio nerd big time. In fact, the last pretty much 9 years I've spent locked in a dark, hot room. Whether it's a TV studio or my studio at home, I don't usually sing in front of real human beings. So this is kind of a treat for me.
And a treat for us, too. But for those who would like to see more of you, you're all over YouTube.
I am all over YouTube. In fact, if you go to youtube.com/Jul3ia, and it's spelled Jul3ia, the 3 is silent.
Okay, there's a 3 in the middle of Jul3ia, Jul3ia.
Yes, and it's actually a marketing stroke of genius, because if you Google me, there's only one.
only one Jul3ia.
Only one Jul3ia. So it's actually it comes in pretty handy for that reason.
I had mentioned that you were very creative, and I'm just going to explain to what extent, I guess, because you are not only an incredible songwriter and storyteller, but also a great videographer.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I really wanted to make sure I had something to fall back on, you know? Music is a hard path.
And you combine the skills very well And I remember seeing some really awesome, quirky Christmas videos you put out.
They're strangely popular. I can't
Yeah.
figure out why. Well, I work at a public access center, so I have access to a studio and cameras. And when there's nobody around, which is pretty much every Saturday, it's like, ooh,
Right.
goody, I have a whole studio to play with. So there's a lot of times when I just do goofy, stupid videos just because, it's there. The
And they're
studio's
awesome.
there.
They're awesome.
And some of them are just downright silly. And it's weird because I sort of put everything up on YouTube no matter what. And it's strange to see what ones actually take off. Like the Christmas carols. I didn't see it coming. But like last year over Christmas, I had people all over the world looking at these Christmas videos, all different countries. I think I have like 100-something thousand hits on one
Wow.
video. And
They
it's
were
like,
great.
It's like out of all the videos that I put up, though, the Christmas carols.
I do want to correct myself on something too. I've been announcing your arrival all night and describing you as a 2-time Grammy winner, but you're a 2-time Emmy winner.
Emmy winner, yes.
Okay.
There's a distinction. Emmy is for television. The Grammys are coming next, I hope.
Okay.
I'll try with this next album. You need to get a sponsor to get a Grammy, so if anyone knows one,
Well,
I'm
we,
looking.
We have a few Grammy winners here on Kauai. But you won your Emmys for independent music video, is that right?
I did, yeah. Actually, the first one that I won an Emmy for was, again, a silly video that I made at the Media Center when nobody was around. It was mostly a Saturday project, and nobody helped at all. I mean, at all, because it was like I played all the characters, I wrote the song, I did everything. I did all the After Effects. It took me 2 months, and I played Paris Hilton, which was kind of laughable because I'm really, really a little too pale, a little bit. So. But it was funny. I ended up playing even a nerdy guy and like everything, just every character that I needed. I was like, well, I guess I'm it. I was available and affordable. So,
Well, yeah, some of your videos are really, you got a great sense of humor. They're quirky, they're funny, and then there's also the very serious side to Jul3ia.
well, you have to have a sense of humor when you're talking about media. Really,
Right.
I mean, I watch a lot of TV, unfortunately, and well, not anymore because I've gotten so tired of yelling at it. But for a while there, it was like reality TV. It seems like every time I turn it on, it's just reality TV, and it seems like it's getting worse.
Right.
Honey Boo Boo is everywhere.
Oh,
So-
and you did that reality TV spoof, right? The
I
video?
did, yes.
Yeah.
And then the second one I did was called OMG LOL. It was about the internet and portable devices and
Right.
our need for excessive amounts of acronyms in this culture.
Well, if you so wish, check those videos out on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty easy to find. Just type in Jul3ia, like I said. You'll be able to find me real easy. And it's right on the homepage if you just find my channel. And then also the whole new album is up there, and you can listen to it. And for purchase, it's also on islandpixelworks.com/Trinity. And anyone who's listening tonight can actually get a 50% discount if they type in the code KKCR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's hear that website again. Island
It's
what?
islandpixelworks.com/Trinity.
islandpixelworks.com/Trinity. And once again, the whole album is an entire story. And,
Oh, it's huge. And the story's on islandpixelworks.com too, so you can read it there. Each song has a little chapter, which is basically a paragraph. Some of them are a little longer, but it
Okay.
all goes through the story of this character, Ceris.
And it's titled Trinity's Ascension.
It is, yes.
Are we going to hear some more of that?
We are. Here is actually a song from the album. It is my very first attempt at playing it live, so this is a record thing here. For the record. I'm sorry, this song's called Ceris Rising. My headphones. Fix these real quick.
Oh, yeah, those headphones can be really awkward.
My head is too small, that's the problem.
They're adjustable.
All right, here goes. For real. Ceris is rising beyond sins of yesterday, then what could be done for now? If Ceris could hear us somehow, Ceris is rising beyond the edge of the earth, as the stars that form the night sky are reflecting their ancient birth. If these mountains and the rain could wash your sins of yesterday, then what could be done for now? If Ceris could hear us somehow. Ceris, how it feels like the end of the earth. Purple and blue sleep in the darkness, but Ceris, Ceris is rising, and someday we will too. Ceris, he lay in the silent misty air, and he hid behind the night lands till they shrunk and disappeared. For the certainty of dark cannot be forced or torn apart, but with patience you'll see the light, and Ceris will still be alright. Ceris, how it feels like the end of the earth. Purple and blue sleep in the darkness, but Ceris, Ceris is rising, and someday we will too.
Is that one on the new album?
That one is on the new album. It's a little cleaner on the album. It's very hard to play and sing at the same time, as it turns out.
Well, we're going to hear a track in about 5 or 6 minutes from that new album, and we'll play another track from it a little later in the show. Once again, Trinity, Ascension is the name of that album. It's a complete story, and videos for these songs are in the works, right?
They are, yes. It's going to be a little while. I still got to get a bit of a budget together. I got to make a whole character. I'm hoping to go like a whole David Bowie way with it, with just make a whole alien character, because he's an alien too.
Are we going animated, or how do you go about it?
I would love to do a mix between animation and live action.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, I would have to shave my head for some of it, but I don't know if I can actually do it. Maybe a bald cap or something.
There you go. There you go.
I got to get real good at makeup first.
You are listening to Jul3ia Richard performing for you live. You can find her on YouTube at, just type in Jul3ia, Jul3ia, and that will get you there. You do work in public access media as well.
I do.
And what a great benefit to the community. So,
it's awesome, yeah. Not just me, but the whole place is just awesome.
Right. I can mention it, right?
Are you okay with of course,
that?
Yeah.
Hawike TV.
It's the log cabin next to the fire station. If you want to learn how to make videos, I'll teach you.
That's right, because folks can go down there and take an editing class. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Anybody from the community can just walk in, learn how to use the camera, the audio, all the editing facilities. It's all there.
That's fantastic.
We have a 2-time Emmy Award winner on staff
to
teach you how to make videos.
and then you can get your own show, right? Or
absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Even if you don't, even if you're not a member there, you can actually produce anything you produce. You can just walk in and hand it in and say, "I want to air this on the channel." It's your right as a community member to get on and exercise your right to free speech. So it's the only place on TV you can do it. It's public access.
And that's which channel?
It's channels, 53 and 54. 54 is the public access, and 53 is where we have all of our fabulous county council meetings and the mayor show and all that stuff. So
what a great resource.
Yeah.
25 minutes past 7 o'clock here on Kauai Live. What are you going to play for us next?
Well, today is my father's birthday. So, it is now here. It's his birthday. It's already past his birthday back home, but it's still his birthday here. So I wanted to play his favorite song of mine, which is actually from my first album. It's a very old one, but it's his favorite. So I thought I'd go for it. It's been a long time since I played this one. So.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Dad. I love you.
I know a little building older than the sand, and when the paint chips off in the rain and lightning strikes the land, it tells me of the Friday Club, and this is how the story began. Standing on the corner, his dog by his side. He used to be a carpenter, but the war took away his eyes. So he crashes into Mildred, who's there to buy some tea. And he says, "I'm sorry, Millie, but I've been half asleep these days, and I've got no recollection of why I'm here anyways." So I'll see you there tomorrow. Be sure to bring the tea, 'cause trust me when I say this, dear, that no one loves Earl Grey like me. Underneath this streetlight, Harry's life's all barber shops and lucky strikes, and cats that always wake him in the middle of the night. But Frankenstein's my favorite, he says to Sam Would you like an Afghan for your troubles anyways? Racing through the sky, it takes time to fly. The way the dust in the wind blows, maybe I'm the fool, or maybe I broke the window and now I'm looking back at you. I know a little building older than the sun. It hides inside your everyday, not really known to anyone. It takes away your sorrows and offers you some tea. I'll see you there, you'll see me there, 'cause maybe you're a lot like me.
Such a great storyteller.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was based on a real, there's a real mysterious white building back where I came from, and it has no markings except for on the outside there's this sign that says the Friday Club, and it's just this little white sign with black writing, and there's no other markings on the building, and it's this old, 1800s looking thing, colonial. On a
Not even like a
highway.
Freemason logo type
Nothing,
somewhere?
no. So my whole life I was like, what is that place? I wrote a song about it because it just seemed to me like it must be a bunch of old people that
Yeah.
are lonely and they meet on Fridays. I'd made up this whole mythology that's probably not true.
Well, it brought up some great visuals. Really good
Thank you.
storytelling. Yeah. You are listening to Jul3ia Richard perform for you live. Her new album, the Trinity Ascension. And again, the website that can be found on?
It is islandpixelworks.com/Trinity.
islandpixelworks.com/Trinity. There you have it. Let's play a track off of this album.
Let's do that. This next track is called Beyond Atlantis, and it's my mom's favorite song out of all the tracks on the album.
Oh, right on.
Because she says that our ancestry is Atlantean. We're actually from the Azores. We're Portuguese from the Azores, and that's
Okay.
where the island of Atlantis is fabled to be.
Oh, right
so I wrote the song for that reason.
Are your folks listening right now?
Hopefully. They might be asleep,
Yes.
It is a little late on the East Coast.
Yeah.
They're old, They're in their 60s now.
What's the title of this again?
The song is called Beyond Atlantis.
Beyond Atlantis. Here we go.
It seems the solar systems have collided, and now the world is upside down. The people scared and undecided nail themselves to the ground. Sometimes I think the world is moving backwards. It's spinning out of our control, a great big mess of porno actors and television shows. And they have medicines for side effects from a different pill. And if the medicine don't kill you, then the irony of it will. Beyond Atlantis, beyond the narrow line between reality and time, that's where you'll find me. Beyond Atlantis, in a whole nother world beneath the sea. endless fleeting memories will haunt you. And just as justice shall surpass, this bleeding heart shall cease to taunt you when your mind has come to rest. You magnify the silence as we watch the sands falling through the hourglass. And so perhaps the words of prophets are indeed the only words that can say it best. Beyond Atlantis, beyond the narrow line between reality and time, that's where you'll find me. Beyond Atlantis, in a whole nother world beneath the sea. The seas rise up in protest and in anger. The animals don't want to leave their homes, but it's too late to save them after all their resources are blown. And the people stand beside their things and try to justify why they're taking more. But all those spacious cars and diamond rings will only make them emptier than they were before. Beyond Atlantis, beyond the narrow line between reality and time, that's where you'll find me. Beyond Atlantis, in a whole nother world beneath the sea. Beyond Atlantis, beyond the sphere of time, on the dream and conscious line, in a world where everything is free. Beyond Atlantis, I'll find you waiting there for me.
Beyond Atlantis off the album Trinity Ascension, or Trinity's Ascension rather, and that is Jul3ia Richard's brand new album. It is a concept album. The whole album tells a story. 16 tracks on the album. That was track 6, so we were well into the story at that point.
That's right. Yep.
And I'm curious. I'm going to have to listen to all 16 tracks now.
Oh,
really...
it's worth it. It's a journey. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It starts off one way and ends a whole different way. I don't want to give the story away or anything, but that's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's what we're banking on.
Yep, exactly. It transforms. It takes place over the course of one very long life.
Okay.
So.
And again, the life is.
It's a man who is treated as a robot who then rediscovers his humanity. He's an alien too, I should mention.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that.
Yeah. So it's sci-fi. It's a sci-fi themed thing, and it's kind of future and fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Trinity Ascension. And are you going to play another song from this album? Or?
Sure. This next song is called Perfect World. And it's one of my favorite tracks off the album, and one of the older ones too from the album. So a little bit more of a mellow song, but here goes.
Gather all our courage and be rid of fear. And if the world were perfect, we would see the way that blind men see. We'd dance like there were no tomorrow. If the world were perfect, if it were. And if you had truth to set you free, you would never lie again. And if the truth just one single fish. If it were perfect, if it were. And if the world were simple, we would never fight or argue anymore. If the world were simple, if it were, then all the wisest would concur. You'd say, come with me, and we shall end the suffering and war. This simple world, this simple life, is it really what it seems? To see past the illusions is to see the many colors of your dreams. You once had the key to everything, and you kept it where the songbirds sing. But then one day you came to find the birds had flown off with your mind. And now here in the darkness I see you shudder for your lost control. You fear you lost your purpose long ago. Though you didn't, though you did. Though the world is perfect, though it is.
Another beautiful song by Jul3ia Richard off her new album Trinity's Ascension. And we were just talking while we were off the air a minute ago about how as an artist you tend to isolate yourself and how you're a musician but you won't step right into a jam circle and join in. Like what you do is it's truly your own creation.
It's borderline weird, actually. No, I really do spend most of my time in a dark, quiet room. There's usually cameras around everywhere. I'm not shy about cameras, but I'm so shy about people. And musicians seem to really have it together. They just can pick up an instrument and just go for it. And I don't really associate myself as a musician or a singer, really. I'm a storyteller and a folk singer, maybe. But more than anything, I'm just a composer. I like to put layers together.
Right.
It's so hard for me to do all the things, at the same time. It's hard for me to play and sing at the same time. But with practice, it's a little easier.
Well, it sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing the videos that come along with this. You do have 2 other albums?
I do. The first album is called Jul3ia Silent. It's hard to get. It's actually not online anywhere. So the only way to find it is to just contact me. The second album is on iTunes, so it is available.
Okay. And the second album is titled?
The Isosceles Vision. I like wordy titles. Confusing, just enough to intrigue people and go, what is that?
The Isosceles Vision.
Yes.
And that's on iTunes?
It is on iTunes, yes.
Okay. And you're on iTunes, you're also Jul3ia with the silent 3.
With the silent 3, yes.
Okay.
So
Jul3ia. And is it just Jul3ia or do you use your last name
Jul3ia
too?
Richard, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually Richard, We're French people, but it's pronounced Richard in the U.S.
Okay, but your family name is Richard.
Yes, it is.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I like that.
Looks like Richard.
15 minutes till the top of the hour. For those of you listening, if you stick around, you're going to catch Wooly Judah's Rastafari Reggae Showcase at 8 o'clock. Right now, we're still back here with Jul3ia Richard. Very pleased to have her in the studio, and it's been a long time coming, this new album. I'd love to squeeze in as much as we can before you take off. And you're switching instruments there.
I'm switching instrument. I'm busting out the ukulele. This next song is not on the album. It is one of those surprising YouTube hits, like I was talking about, that I didn't think was really, there was going to be much that was going to come out of it, but strangely it's really growing popularity very quickly. It's a collaborative effort. It was actually mostly written by the brilliant, incomparable Cleland Austin, who lives here on the island. He's a brilliant videographer and web master, computer master of all kinds, and also part-time songwriter. So,
right on.
And this is a song that we kind of just, had a few drinks and was like, hey, let's just record this for fun. And we put it on YouTube, and just surprisingly, thousands of people started liking it all over the world. It's just called Happy Hawaii Song. It's just a campy little, like, hey, we love Hawaii. It's happy that we live here.
Let's hear it.
And people all over the world are listening to this. And apparently it's a great beginner ukulele song. So that's what everybody's been saying. So Happy Hawaii Song.
Cruising along, just a strumming this song, living happy and having fun. Waves are crashing on the beach, and you can hear the birds singing in the trees. I'm happy that you're here with me in Hawaii. Cruising along, just a strumming this song, living happy and having fun. Beach bonfires can't be beat, and I've got a girl that's strawberry sweet. I'm happy that she's here with me in Hawaii. Cruising along, just a strumming this song, living happy and having fun. Paddle up the river just to see it all the way down to where the water falls. I'm happy that you're here with me in Hawaii. La 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 la. Cruising along, got the radio on, playing live for everyone. It's KKCR time. Just tune it to 91.9. We listen to it all the time on Kauai. I'm so happy that you're listening on Kauai. And I thank you all for tuning in on Kauai.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love that tune.
Thanks for the plug.
Yeah, anytime. I took some liberties with the lyrics there in the end. Hope Cleland doesn't mind.
All right, you got your guitar back?
I do.
And you do some really beautiful picking, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's my own, it's my slight variation on the Mary Travers style.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, I learned how to play like a folk singer, but I didn't want to copy the folk singers exactly. So I was like, no, I'm going to make my own style. So Mary Travers had hers and I made mine. And then I just kind of got stuck with it.
Well, it works well. That sounds fantastic. You got 10 minutes.
All right. Well, let's see. This song is actually another song off of my first album. And it's about my hometown, which is on another ocean, but it's kind of similar to here in like a parallel dimension kind of way. But I wrote it back when I was a cashier at a general store, and I didn't think that my life was going to go anywhere beyond that. So for me, it's more like a trip down memory lane, this song. It's called DB and I at 8:50 p.m. Sun goes down and darkness hits the rain. The roads are quiet, Sagamore is calling out my name. The ocean's playful sands are calmly set. Hyannis is a place that I've been longing to forget. And that's the way that it will always be. The one thing I could not remember for the longest time was how to keep the winter sky at bay. And when the angels left last year and hit the stratosphere, I had nothing more to say that day. It's Tuesday night, I'm hiding from the rain. But every time I hide, it seems I wind up here again. I'm walking round, I'm standing on my toes. Cashier's life is small, but it's the only life I know. But I hope that's not the way I'll always be. And in this little village, in this tiny little store, the bread is stale, the coffee's getting old. In my last 10 minutes here, I'm calling out for more to save me from the bitterness and cold. The sun is pouring slowly on the shore, and here I'm wishing never to see darkness anymore. New England weather has its ups and downs, 'cause even in the springtime it's been known to change around. Still I wonder if it's here I'll always be. Somewhere in the sands of time I'll find what happens next, but it's like picking one grain from the rest. And even as I stand with one foot lifted off the ground and one ear open to the sea, I don't know what stands in front of me. Just that it's the way it ought to be.
You've been listening to two-time Emmy winner Jul3ia Richard. You can find her work all over YouTube. Jul3ia is spelled with a silent 3, Jul3ia.
That's right. It will baffle people for the rest of time.
The new album, Trinity's Ascension, is available at
islandpixelworks.com/Trinity.
islandpixelworks.com/Trinity. And I think that about covers it, huh?
That about covers it, yep.
We got just enough time left to play a track off of your new album. And again, it's a concept album. The whole album is a story, 16 tracks long.
That's right. And this next song is actually all a cappella. So listen carefully. It's all voices.
Wow, right on.
Even the percussion.
Can we expect some more Christmas videos this year?
Oh yeah, lots more.
Fantastic.
There's going to be tons of them this year.
Yeah, look out for Julia's Christmas videos. They are really entertaining, a breath of fresh air.
That's right,
So-
Mele Kaliki Maka.
Stay tuned for Willie Judah's Rastafari Reggae Showcase.
I had a dream about this song. I wrote the words, but everybody sang along. And in the street, I could hear the marching feet of mankind. The earth stood still for that one moment of time. I had a dream about your life. The pain you suffered is but